I'm already down there. Yo, what's up, my YouTube family? It's your boy AteFoPrime back with another video with more content. So, guys, I have been getting a lot of questions, a lot of comments, a lot of people asking me how do I get my mods, how do I install them, things like that. I'm actually happy with the feedback that I'm getting, and I actually got a lot of views on my video on how to install big rims on GTA. So I decided that I'm going to do an entire LSPDFR tutorial for you guys on how to install certain things, how I install certain things like that. But it's so much that I'm gonna break it up into individual videos, so if you guys could stay with me, I'm gonna post a video every day, at least for the next 5 days. I don't know exactly how long it's gonna take, because I have a lot of mods in my LSPDFR, so I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. But I deleted everything, I started over, so that way that I can take you guys through on how to actually do this as well. So the first few things that I want to mention before I even get started in this video. The first thing, you cannot do these mods on Xbox One and or PS4. There is a way to mod them, but there is no way that you can use these mods that I'm using on your Xbox One or your PS4. Now, again, like I tell everybody, just keep in mind when you're using mods, you are not allowed to play online anymore against people, which is pretty fair, you know, but just so you guys know. Another thing too is I'm using Windows 10. If you're using anything less than that, then you might want to click on another video if you're not seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, because I watch this guy, his name is Criminal Justice. I watch him, and pretty much his computer is not a Windows 10, but it's pretty much set up just like mine. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that you guys can figure it out pretty much. But I called this LSPDFR for Dummies for a reason, because I am in no way a computer programmer, a computer developer, none of that stuff. When it comes to computer programming, I have no idea what any of this stuff means or do. All I know is how to read instructions, install things, and figure out what works and what don't work. Because I've had mods where I'm like, okay, this mod doesn't work, so what the hell, you know? So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. So first things first is you are going to need a clean copy of Grand Theft Auto 5. You can either get, which real quick, don't worry about the X's on all my folders, just because it's not in my OneDrive and just a whole bunch of other stuff. That doesn't matter. Anyway, Grand Theft Auto 5 you can either get from the Steam library or Rockstar. I prefer the Steam library because it's a lot more fluent. It's much easier. Rockstar, I'll just say that they do their updates a little bit differently. I'll just say that, you know, for the sake of this video. But anyway, you download a fresh copy of Grand Theft Auto, and you are going to need what is called your Grand Theft Auto main directory. That is where all your programs, all your folders, all your files go into that main directory, and it allows the game to launch those mods that you have, pretty much. All right. If you don't know how to find your Grand Theft Auto folder, the quickest way is to click on your Grand Theft Auto icon down here. You want to right click and then go to open file location here, and then it's pretty much, this is your main folder right here. That's to me that's the quickest way to do it, but I mean, it's up to you guys. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, or if you like, man, you know, I want to know how to find it or whatever, the pathway is right here for you guys. Pretty much. As soon as you right click on your icon, that's the pathway right there. If you don't have that icon, then all you have to do is go down to your search bar, type in Grand Theft Auto, and then it'll pop up. You open the file location, and that's that. So this is what, and I'll pull up full screen. This is what a empty Grand Theft Auto should be. This right here. Okay. The first thing that we're going to do is create a folder, and we are going to name said folder mods, all lowercase. Press enter, and trust me guys, this is going to save you a whole bunch of time if you do it this way. Now what you're going to want to do is You want to select update and times 64. You want to copy it and you want to paste it in your mods folder. It is going to take a while to do, but this will save you a lot of time, a lot of headaches, things like that. And the only reason I say that is because almost every single video that I've looked at, or videos that you're going to look at, it's going to tell you to do this. And it's going to take a while to do. So I'm telling you guys right now, you should definitely just do it now that you got a fresh copy, and just with. But what I'll do for you is I'll cut this part of the video out until we get to the guys, so the good stuff. I know that took a while, and I'm sorry. I wish I could make it sooner, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But I promise you guys, that's the only teeth pulling thing you got to do. So now, these are what you are going to need. Now again, I'm on Windows 10, so it might be different for everybody. All right. Depending on what you're running with. A lot of people say that they use WinRAR to open some of these files up, but Windows 10 automatically has one installed already. So that's kind of what I use. Other than that, you could just right click and hit extract, because basically you're just extracting folders. Long story short. Alright, so you want to go to the first link, which is going to take you to this page. This is the LSPDFR system completely. 0.4.7 just came out not too long ago. You want to go over here, hit the download button, and it's just going to pop up all of this. You can read it if you want to, but you just want to scroll down to the bottom, agree and download. You want the manual one, not this one. Manual. You hit download. And I'm not going to download it because I already have it, but just to show you guys, I'll wait for it to pop up at the bottom. All these ads are popping up. So you want to click on this and save as, and you want to make sure that you save it to your desktop. You want to save it to your desktop. I mean, you can save it in your downloads folder if you want to, but I guarantee you it'll be much easier to save it to your desktop. I promise you it will. So let me close out of that. Close out of that. Alright, so that's the first thing you got to download. I'm going to skip over to this one. And you're going to need Simple Trainer. It's just, it makes things a lot easier for you. Actually, let me go back to the first page. Sorry about that. This right here. Simple Trainer is like the best invention ever. Like, it makes things so much easier for you. So you're going to need that. You're going to need Script Hook V. When you come to this page, it's by AB Software Development. You're going to click right here to download it. Don't click on any other thing other than this right here to download it. All right. Then you're going to need Community Script Hook V. You just hit the download button, and then I should have showed you on the Simple Trainer. I'm sorry about that. You hit the download button if my computer will load here. It's taking its time. Of course. It knows that I'm doing a video. That's why it's taking its time. Alright. Now it takes me back to the main page. Isn't that something? Alright, so you hit the download button, and then it's going to take you to this page here, in which you are going to pick the newest version. Now it's 2020. The date is, it's not going to pull up. I think today is, let's see, 4/11/2020. All right, 4/11/2020. So that's the date. But you always want the newest version. The newest version all the time. You want to come down to this zip file, and that's what you want to download there. All right. So let me close out of some of these pages here. You're gonna want native UI, and all these will be in the description below. I'm not gonna send y'all out to dry like that to look for these, but yeah, you're gonna want the native UI. Hit download. It's the 1.9.1. Same thing. Save it to your desktop. That's what I recommend, but I mean, of course, it's up to you. If you want to save it to your downloads folder, you're going to need Rage plugin. Let me go back to the main page. Now, I already downloaded these. That's why it looks like this, but this is what it's going to look like. You're going to hit download. You're going to go to Grand Theft Auto, of course. And then you are going to download the newest version right here. Okay? And then with this one, you're going to hit download. And it's going to be the same thing at the bottom. Ask you to download it. Or what do you want to save it? What do you want to do with it pretty much? Okay. So let's close out of that. Let's close out of that. Let's close out of that. And that. And that. Now, this next part is completely optional, but you guys are going to have to make a decision right now, because the reason I say that is because you cannot install it at a later time, because what I have found is this next mod that I'm going to show you, for some reason, when you install it after LSPDFR, it tends to kind of mess it up a little bit, almost, but it's up to you guys. All right. This here is called GTA5 Redux. If you don't know what this is, Redux, you should look it up on, you should try to find a video on it. I also say look it up on YouTube. That's funny. But you should try to find a video on it. Redux is basically taking your graphics to the next level. Almost making it a 4K game. Almost. It's really, really high up there. If you're happy with your graphics how they is right now, then don't worry about it. You know, but I'm telling you, it makes the water look clearer. It makes the trees look like trees, like actual trees. It replaces all of the fake advertisement to actual advertisement. So if you ever watch any of my LSPDFR videos and you see a Coca-Cola truck rolling by, that's what this does. Things like that. It really, really makes the game realistic. It changes the way the fire looks when you respond to an accident where like the car is on fire or something like that, and the debris and things like that. It changes the car crashes where it actually looks like a real car crash. Like they did a really good job. Like, this is real. You know, I would suggest downloading it, but you don't have to. It's completely up to you. If you do, you're gonna want to download the zip version 1.8, and then you are going to need this page. You're going to need OpenIV. You're going to need OpenIV regardless, so that you are going to download, have to download, and I'll show you how to install that. And then you're going to need Reshape as well. So let me show you how this works. Let me close out of this LSPDFR. So the first thing you want to do is download the Reshape here. You want to save it first, okay? Wait for it to save. Take your time, take your time. Okay, now you're going to want to run it. Now, when you hit run, nothing's going to pop up on the screen in front of you. You actually have to minimize it, and then there it is right there. You're going to want to click here to select game and manage its Reshape installation, things like that. Now, this is where you're going to want to find your GTA. All right. Like I said, mine is through Rockstar, so mine is different. But if you remember, I showed you the pathway on how to get to it. So, you know, you'll have it there. But, so you want to go to your disk, you're going to go to program files, and for me, it's Rockstar Games and Grand Theft Auto right there. Okay? Once you click it, this is your application right here. The GTA 5, which is also this right here, the GTA 5. If you guys don't know how to get there, remember, like I said, all you got to do is just right click and then open file location, and then it'll take you to the pathway at the top, which is right here. It'll take you to the pathway on how to get to your game so you can install this. So you want to click on the application and hit open. Okay. Then you want to hit yes. And then all it's going to do is just install all of these in there. I usually click all of them because it ain't gonna hurt anything. So, but it's up to you. But these are just different options in the game, like that you can tune yourself. Like if you just playing a regular game and you like, oh, okay, well, you know, it's a little too dark or this or that, you know, and you just need to change it. Then yeah, that's kind of what it'll do for you. This right here is downloading all that stuff right now. This right here, the Direct 3D 9 or the Direct 10, 11, or 12, that's something that you would have to find in your settings to see if it's the Direct 10, 11, or 12 or the Direct 9. I usually don't mess with it. It kind of automatically selects it for me, so I just kind of leave it at that point. But yeah, so it says the Reshape setup was successful. Alright, so that's it. You're done. You got the Reshape in there. Now, let's go back. So the Reshape is done. We're going to close out of that. This you're going to need to download. This is going to take a nice little minute to download as well because it's a huge file. It's a 3.3 gig file. Trust me, guys, this is the first video. This is like when you start a new class in college and you got to go through all the PowerPoints and the syllabus and things like that until you actually get to the fun stuff. So I promise you guys, if you bear with me, all of this will be worth it towards the end. I promise you it will. So you're going to want to hit download and it'll take you to this screen here. And just, I mean, you can see right here how realistic it looks. And it's even got a video down here somewhere. I forgot where it was. Oh, right here. So if you like, you know what, I don't really know about this, man, you know, let me think about it or whatever, just play the video. And then it'll tell you exactly what it does and what it changes and things like that. But yeah, you want to hit this green download. You want to choose the newest version, the zip GameStand.net. For some reason, Google Drive does not work. The torrent does not work. And of course, you don't want an older version. So you definitely want the GameStand.net. You hit download. And again, I'm not going to download it because I already have it. But down here, you're going to do the same thing that you did for everything else. You know, you hit save as, you save it to your desktop, things like that. Okay? So you might want to pause it after that, possibly. But so you got that downloaded. Now we're going to download OpenIV. OpenIV you're going to need for everything. Everything you're going to need OpenIV. So you're going to hit download. You're going to hit save. And you're going to run it. Of course in English. Unless y'all speak Russian. Kudos to you. Accept. Continue. And here you want to install OpenIV to this computer. Okay, so you hit continue. Yes, I do want to continue. And it creates a desktop icon for you. You definitely gonna want that because you don't want to be looking for OpenIV. Like what the, you know. Alright, so let's close out of the internet and let's go back to this. So let me just make sure that all my files are over here to the right. Here, I'll move this out the way so you guys can see. So if you want to just look to the right of my screen and not the left, because the left has a lot of stuff that you guys are probably not interested in at all. Alright, so let's close out of that. And now OpenIV. So when you open IV for the very first time, let me show you what it's going to do. Or what it's going to show you, I should say. Okay. So you're going to want to choose Grand Theft Auto 5 for Windows. Remember I told you there is a way to mod your PS4 and Xbox One, things like that. But I don't know how to do that. Now, I'm not even going to lie and say that I do. So Grand Theft Auto 5 Windows is going to take you here. And you're going to need to choose a location. Now I want to show you guys something. Because what happened is I re-downloaded it. So that's why it's going through this process. So you want to hit yes. Now, it says that I don't have access to work with this folder. If you get this message with which more than likely, if you download this for the first time, you're not going to get this message. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. You're going to close out of this. Okay. You're going to right click on OpenIV. You're going to run as the administrator. Okay. Hit yes. And it's going to take its time to load up. All right. Same thing. You hit Windows again. And now you have access. Okay. But you want to choose. And I'm sorry. I didn't even tell you guys that. I'm so sorry. It's really early. I'm sorry. So same thing. Pathway. You want to find your GTA folder. So for me, I go to my disk, I go to program files, and then I go to Rockstar Games and then Grand Theft Auto 5. Again, if you don't know your pathway, at the top right here, right click and then open file location, and it'll pop up and it'll show you the pathway. So you click this folder, select folder, and then it'll tell you successfully. Alright, so you hit continue. And then it's going to tell you don't forget to back up your files. Of course, you always want to back up your files just in case something goes south. Then you have your previous backup and you can say, okay, well, I'll just do it this way then. That's fine. So now if you're doing it my way, where you had to right click and you had to run as the administrator and things like that, you're going to have to do a little bit extra. But if you were lucky enough to where this is your first time installing it, then all you had to do is just click on it. It took you to this, and then you were done. That's it. So tip my hat to you for that. So let's just go ahead and continue to wait for this to start up. Take your time. Take your time. I think it's about to do it now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's close out of this. We don't need no video. All right. Before you touch anything, you want to click on what can I do? And you want to set permissions. Okay. All done. The permissions will set to your game folder. You hit OK. You close out of this. You close out of OpenIV. Yes, I said that right. You close out of OpenIV. Now this time you open it as if you were just going to open it. Double click on it and it's going to give you the same thing. You click Windows, GTA 5, and now it's going to allow you to actually go in and change files, move files, things like that, because now you've already set the permission. Now, if you don't set the, or I should say this, if you right click and you did it that way where you set the permission but then you still went through, it's not going to allow you to go in edit mode, and you have to be in edit mode to do everything in here. Everything you need to go in edit mode. Now OpenIV is basically a secondary, I guess, file location for your GTA files, but this is where we're going to install vehicles. I'm going to teach you guys how to install vehicles. I'm going to teach you how to install Sirens. I'm going to teach you how to install realistic guns, realistic gun sounds. I'm going to teach you how to install those vests that I be having in my videos, the uniforms I be having in my videos. I'm going to get you guys right. But like I said, you just got to bear with me because this is going to be a lot of information really quickly. And I'm only doing this because I had so many people ask me, how do I do this and how do my mods work and things like that, which I definitely appreciate the love. And I'm going to try so hard to make this as painless as possible. I promise you guys. So we're going to minimize this and let's get started. So this was your main GTA directory. All right. And I just want to show you guys this so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is your main GTA directory. This is your computer file on the computer. This is OpenIV. Okay. So we're going to minimize OpenIV because we don't really need that right now. So let's start with, you know what? I'm going to do it like this first. Okay. So remember when I had said that Redux was an option? It's up to you if you wanted it, things like that. Let's go ahead and get Redux out the way right now. Okay. So you click on the folder that it produced. If you have WinRAR, please look up a different video on how to install WinRAR, how to get your videos out of there. I mean, not your videos, sorry, your files. Okay. Again, I'm using Windows 10. So when you see that little zip, all it means is it's a compressed folder and you need to extract it. So we're going to right click. We're going to extract all, and we're just going to hit extract. All right. Now it's going to pull the file out of the folder and put I'm going to replace this file because I already downloaded it before, but you guys probably won't have that option. Alright, so with everything that we install, it's a readme. If you guys don't trust me, it's a readme right there. It teaches you how to do it, but I'm a kind of hands-on kind of guy. You can't give me a pamphlet and tell me to put it together. I'd rather you show me how to put it together. That's how I am. Alright, so this first file right here, this internet file, we're going to drag this out to our desktop. Leave that alone. Okay, this Reshape folder, we're going to open this up right here. We're going to go to our GTA 5 main directory, which is this one right here. Okay, we're going to take all of these files here. We are going to open this a little bit so we got room. You're going to drag and drop into your main directory, not inside of any folders. Make sure you're not hovering over anything. You just want to drag and drop into your main directory. Then you want to hit refresh. Okay, so we're going to close out of that because we're done. Now, what are we going to do with this right here? I'm going to show you. You're going to open up your OpenIV. Okay, you're going to click edit mode. Make sure you click edit mode. And I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys about this. I'm moving too fast, but it's kind of good though, because as I'm moving, I'm telling you guys to do this, so it actually works out perfectly. So you're going to click on this ASI manager, and you are going to install all of these. Don't worry, it's real quick. See, that's it right there. That's it. All right, close out of that. Now ASI manager is installed. So now you're going to come over to tools. All right, and then you're going to go to package installer. Okay, and now you need to find this. So you're going to go to desktop, and there it is right there, Redux, the internet version. You hit open. Now, important part, if you don't get anything from this video, get this. Whenever you're installing an OpenIV file, which it'll say OIV next to it, or it'll have an internet symbol such as that one, or it'll have like a white piece of paper or something. It'll look like a white piece of paper. Basically, it's a OIV file. You hit install, you do the package installer, you hit install, you go to mods folder, not games folder, mods folder. If you go to game folder, you will mess it up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It'll be working for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, it'll start crashing a lot. I didn't listen because for some reason, it would not install in the mods folder. So I was like, well, I have no choice but to put it in the game folder. It was a reason why it didn't install in the mod folder is because I had like, I needed to delete it and reinstall it again. I had some old files, and that's what happened pretty much. But anyway, mods folder all the time. Hit mods folder, and you're gonna want to hit install, and that's it. It's just gonna install for you automatically. These OpenIV files are your best friend because they automatically install by themselves. You don't have to do anything except for hit install, and I love it. I love it. But like I said, this GTA5 Redux takes a long time to install, so I am going to cut that part out so you guys don't have to just sit through me talking and going on and things like that. So I will see you guys when this gets done installing. Okay guys, we are back. So again, I apologize that it took so long, and I promise you that's the last time. I'm thinking if there's anything else that takes a long time to download, and I don't think so. I think that's the only two, I want to say, possibly, hopefully, I don't know. Anyway, so if you did it correctly, you'll get this that says installation succeeded. Now, if it says installation failed, don't worry, you just got to run it again. If it doesn't do it the second time, then you might want to delete the download and re-download it again. But I could promise you guys, especially if you're doing this for the first time and on a clean copy of GTA, you ain't gonna run into any issues. It's gonna download no problem for you. Alright, so we're gonna close out of that. Alright, we are done with OpenIV, so let's click edit mode again and close that out. Alright, and now let's go back to our main directory and let's start putting these files in. Alright, so the very first file we are going to put in here, let me move this over here just so I know that we're done with it. You know what, let's do simple trainer first. Guys, it doesn't matter which files you put in first, honestly. So the only two that you are going to need, and I'm gonna let you guys know I'm gonna get a lot of pop-ups, but you're only gonna need this trainer V and trainer INI. Alright, so we're gonna do that. And if you're wondering how I just did that, all you do is click on one, hold the control key, and click on the other one. Alright, and then you're gonna extract it. Now this is mine. I don't know which, what you guys have, if you got WinRAR, if you guys any other thing, but basically you want to extract the file. That's what it is, extracting. All right, if you don't know exactly how to extract the files, then like I said, you should look up how to extract them depending on the windows that you have and the programs that you have. I know for Windows 10 it's automatically installed on here, so I didn't have to do anything. So you're going to hit extract. Okay, extract it to the desktop and close out of that. Alright, so now let's see where my files are, which is right over here. Cool, I'm moving back. Like I said, I just want you guys to focus on the right of my screen because I know on the left I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Alright, so we have these two files here. Whenever you extract them, you'll have these two files, the trainer V ASI. So it's an INI file, which is a configuration, and then a trainer V ASI file. You just grab both of these and you drag and drop them into your main directory. So don't highlight over a folder, don't highlight over a file, just right here, main directory, let it go. It's right there. You want to hit refresh. Okay, now you are done with that one. Okay, so we're gonna put this over to the side because we're done with it, both of these. All right, and I'm gonna do the same with this one so I remember to delete it. Okay, and we're not gonna worry about that. So now let's do, I'm just gonna go down the line here. Now we're gonna do LSPDFR. So if your folder looks like this, then you just right click, hit extract. If it looks like this, you have to double click it and then click on the file and then extract it. So right click, extract it there. And again, I just please tell you guys, like, if you don't know how to extract the files, please look up your Windows and how to extract files, because that's all it is, really. You're just extracting the files. It's nothing else to it. It's nothing that you need to install. It's nothing more that you need to do. All you're doing is just extracting the file from the compressed zip folder. That is it. I promise you guys. But like I said, I got Windows 10, so this is how it is. Another thing too, so I'm gonna leave, you know what, just because this is the very first video, just in case if you guys have something that's a little bit different than mine, I'm gonna leave a link to another YouTuber that I watch. Like I said, Criminal Justice. I got all of my tutorials from him, and he has not let me down. So I'll leave that in the description, so you guys can check out his video too, and then you can see the way that he does it, things like that. But we basically do it the same exact way. But with him, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, he kind of stretches his videos out. Like, you're gonna be there for a while. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. But yeah, that's that. But the only reason I'm gonna leave it there is because he had, like I said, he has a different Windows, and also because he have a different Windows, there's 2 extra files that you need to download. It's a Net Framework, and then it's also Visual C that you'll need for this. All right. So now that we have that compressed, you're going to take all of these files, except for the license. You don't need that. You're just gonna drag and drop into your main directory. There. It's gonna move it over. All right, you're gonna hit replace. Oh, I'm sorry, refresh. You're gonna hit refresh, and now you're done with the LSPDFR one. So we're gonna move this one over here, and then we're going to move this one over here. Okay, so I definitely had to refresh my page here, but anyway, so you want to right click, extract it, extracting it to whatever it chooses, which is usually the desktop for me. So it extracts it here, and then like I said, it for some reason when I refresh my whole entire computer screen, it closes out my GTA folder. But let me show you guys something really quick. So like I said, you take your icon, you right click, and then you want to go to open file location, and it's going to take you here. Now remember, it looks a little bit different now because of the plugins that we have and the mods and things like that. But let me show you guys a little trick. So click on whatever, mine is Rockstar Games, yours might be something completely different, but click on it. All right, and it's gonna bring you back to here, or you can just click on the back arrow. So you're gonna right click, all right, and then you're gonna send to the desktop to create a shortcut. Okay, so that way you don't have to go through this again. All right, after you do that, and let's look for it here, which is right here. Okay, you're gonna move this down to your file explorer. Okay, now when you do that and you right click on your file explorer, this menu will pop up, and there it is right there. So that's an option. You can have it on your file explorer, or you could just leave it on your desktop. that's fine too. Alright, so let's move this over here. Because, yeah, I want you guys to focus on the right side of my screen. And let's move that over there. Alright, so this is the script hook V folder, and then we have our main directory folder back. Alright, so now we're doing script hook V. So all you're going to need is the bin, which, remember, it gives you a README file if you guys don't trust me. But you wouldn't click on my video if you didn't trust me. So you click on the bin, and the only thing you are going to need is this didn't put 8.dll file, and then the script hook v.dll file. Alright, so same thing. If you want to know how I do that, you just click on this one, hold control, click on that one, and then it selects those two. You want to drag and drop into your main directory. Yes, you want to replace the existing files. Okay, refresh it, close out of that, and now let's go over to the next one. So script hook V is done. Now we go to script hook v.net, which is a community script hook. Alright, so extract that one. Now, all you are going to need, it's a lot of files here, but all you're going to need is 3 files here. You are going to need the script hook v.net ASI. Then you're going to need the script hook v.net 2.dll, the script hook v.net 3.dll. Okay, so those 3 files you want to drag and drop into your main directory. So they are right there. Okay, and then just refresh that. And let me make sure. Okay, so yeah, so these were like I was saying, if you guys had needed more, if you didn't have Windows 10, because if you have Windows 10, you do not need this at all. But if you do have Windows 10, or if you don't have Windows 10, you are going to need these 3 files right here. That you will need, or no, these 2 files. I'm sorry, not the 3, but these 2 files here, you are definitely going to need. And I think that's about it for that, which is all you're gonna need there. Alright, so let's close out of that because we are done with that. And where did the script hook v.net go? Oh, over here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like I don't know how to explain it. I just like things a certain way. Now let's do the release, which is the native UI. Okay, so with this native UI, if it'll let me click on it, all you're gonna need for this native UI is the native UI.dll. That's all you're gonna need. You just drag and drop right here. You want to refresh that. Okay, close that out, and now we're going to go to Rage plugin hook. Or actually, no, let me do this. Rage plugin hook. Rage plugin hook is very important when it comes to GTA 5 mods. This is what runs your mods. Rage plugin hook along with those script hook V's. So you're just gonna highlight everything except for the license, drag and drop inside here. You are going to replace all of the files. So LSPDFR comes with Rage plugin hook already, but for some reason it doesn't work. I don't know why, but it just does not work at all. So we're gonna close that out. Alright, and we are gonna move both of these. Sorry guys, like I said, I just like things a certain way. Alright, so we're gonna refresh that. Let's pull this up full screen so you guys can see this. So the very first thing that you're going to want to do before you start the game, because that's pretty much it as far as installation. We're ready to start the game, but it's just a few things that you should know first. All right, so you're going to go to LSPDFR, and then you're going to go to keys. Okay, let's pull this up. Now I am in what they call a configuration file. Now if you don't know what you are doing, or if you're not watching a video showing you how to do this, do not mess with it. I promise you guys, you will mess things up. Do not mess with it at all. Please don't mess with it. All right. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys how to do your keys or how you want to do it. I use both a keyboard and a controller. So this is what works for me, but everything is different for you guys. All right. And I'm also not going to go through everything too, because everything is not necessary. So the pursuit menu right here. I leave that key at N. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But as far as the D-pad goes or the controller, I switch that to none. Alright, so all you want to do is just copy the word none and then paste it. Alright, the crime report, which is the right thumbstick or it's the B button. I select none for that because I don't like a lot of controls on my controller. I'm okay with the keyboard, but not my controller. Alright, so just so you guys can see this, when it says the key, obviously that's the keyboard. The modifier key is a button plus the key, and then the controller key is the button on your controller, and then the modifier key or controller modifier key is the key plus the controller key, if that makes sense. Like, for example, if you play WWE 2K20, for you to do your secondary special, you'd have to hold, if you were playing PlayStation, it would be R2 plus square and X, or if you were playing Xbox, it would be RT plus X and A. So R2 or RT would be the modifier key in this case. All right, that's the simplest way I can explain it. I'm sorry. All right, toggle duty is E, and I'm gonna leave it at D-pad right. All right. Start vehicle selection, perform arrest, things like that. All of this stuff I leave the same. I don't touch it at all. Stop the ped, I leave that the same. Except the call out, D-pad left, I leave that the same. Traffic stop start. Okay. Now, this is important. This right here, left shift key, I leave it the same. It's up to you guys. The traffic stop start key is, if you don't already know, when you pulling up behind somebody with your police lights on, or if you're in a code 3 or things like that, this is how you stop them. You hold the left shift key if you want to stop them, or you can hold A on your controller if you use a controller. Me, I'm going to put that at none. And the reason why is because you'd be surprised how many buttons you actually use on a controller. But again, this is completely up to you guys, what you want it to be. Now, like I said, this is how I set it up because I use both a keyboard and a controller. It's comfortable to me this way, but I mean, it's up to you guys how you want to do it. Now, this traffic stop interact, you're going to want to put this at none. That is something that you want to do. Traffic stop interact is basically when you go up to the window and you start talking to the suspect. Like if you ask them like for their ID, if you ask them for like to get out of the car, if they've been drinking, things like that, it pops up a menu for like when you start talking to them and things like that. So I definitely leave that at none. I would suggest putting all of them at none, and the reason why is because I'm going to show you guys how to install something called Stop the Ped. Now, if you don't want Stop the Ped, which I think Stop the Ped is much easier, much simpler to use, and it's much more exciting because you can do a lot more things on it. But if you don't want Stop the Ped, then you want to come back to this particular area right here. If you got to save it, take a picture, do whatever you got to do, you want to come back to this area and you want to make sure that you set these buttons, because this is actually how you do a traffic stop interaction, or a traffic stop interaction. Okay. All right. So the rest of this doesn't matter. All right. Your police computer. Now, this is another thing. Police computer is X. You want to change that to none. The reason you change it to none is because when you're riding in the car, the X button is used to switch your weapons. So you don't want to be riding, you don't want to switch a weapon in a pursuit and then you pull up your police computer. That's going to make you mad. I know it is. So just, yeah, I wouldn't do it like that. Okay. Now, the backup menu, I will leave this the same. You can either push B or you can push the right thumbstick. Backup menu is basically when you're in a car pursuit, and if you want to call like an air support unit, which I guarantee you guys are going to be using that a lot. An air support unit, definitely a lot. Because when you get like street racers and things like that, usually they tend to get away. But if you call backup right away, like for an air unit or spike strips or whatever, then that'll definitely help with them not getting away. So yeah. Alright, so that's right thumbstick, and then to toggle the sirens is J. Alright, so that's pretty much that. So the toggle sirens, if you wanted to change them, is J. Like where you're in one set of sirens and then you go to the next set of sirens, and then so on and so on and so on. But like I said, you guys can go through this yourself, and you can, you know, set these keys to do whatever you want to do. If you have a question about anything where you're like, well, what exactly does this mean? I have done this so many times that I can tell you exactly what it is without me having to even turn my computer on, because I've done this so many times now. So we're just going to hit file, and we're going to hit save, and then we are going to close that out. All right. So we are done with that. We're going to go back here, and I want to say that that is it, that we don't have to do anything else. No, we're done. All right. So we are all done. Now, here's how you start up the game. Do not click on this Grand Theft Auto icon. Do not click on the Rockstar launcher. None of that. This is how you start the game right here. Rage plugin hook. Now, a lot of people, if you watch other videos, they tell you to take this out, drag and drop it to your desktop, pin it to your taskbar, things like that, and just start it up that way. For some reason, that does not work for me. I don't know why, but it just doesn't work. This is the only way it works, where you go in the file or in the main directory and you hit the start button. That seems to be the only way that it works. So let's go ahead and fire this up. I'll see you guys in the game. One thing, guys, which I forgot to tell you, you got to take your firewall off, or your antivirus, or whatever you got going on. So you definitely have to take that off in order for these mods to work. And I feel so bad, because you guys are probably running it right now and you get this message and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Sorry, I'm kind of new at this giving a tutorial type thing. I kind of just install it and go with it. But I just, you know, I really love the fact that you guys are coming to me asking me how I do this and how I do that. That makes me feel so good, because it lets me know that you guys are actually watching my videos, you know, and actually it's grabbing your attention. So I do apologize for that. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit yes to unblock these files. Okay. I'm just going to minimize that. Now, this is what's going to happen the very first time that you start up Rage plugin hook. You're going to get this message. All right. You can read this if you want, but you're just going to accept it. It's going to tell you to back up your files right here where it says this message is critical. It's just telling you to back up your files. You want to hit yes to back up your files. I guarantee you 100% that every single thing we've done in this video is going to work. So you want to make sure that you back it up, of course. And another thing too, guys, while we wait on this to do the backup, another thing too, these mods, there are a lot of mods out there. Okay, a whole lot. These mods that I show you guys, I've been playing with them. They work. I've been playing with them in my videos that you guys watch. They work. So this is why I'm telling you guys to install these. All right, so once that goes away, don't click anything. Just let it kind of come back on its own. But yeah, these mods work. I don't want you to install a mod that doesn't work. And I already know you're going to probably do the same thing that I did. You're going to go to one of these websites and you're going to be like, man, this mod looks really cool. And you're going to venture off and you're going to install your own mods. That's cool. By all means, that's cool. Do that. But just be careful with it. Alright, so the console key is F4. You want to leave that the same. The threshold, I change it to 30 if it allows me to. I change it to 30,000. It basically gives you just a little bit extra time before it completely times out. Alright, so plugins. You want to click load these plugins, check all, and load all plugins on startup, and just leave it at that. Alright, advanced settings, you don't have to worry about. Game settings, you want to go to command line switch. Alright, again, this is depending on what you have. You don't have to click this if you don't want. Mine, it automatically doesn't anyway, so I just click it, but I use the DirectX 11. But honestly, I would probably wait until you go in the game and go in the settings and then see exactly what your computer can handle, because the graphics will be at the top. It'll be a little bar at the top that'll tell you like, hey, this is how much we can handle. So all right, so DirectX 11, you want to do force window mode and borderless window. All right, full screen gives you the best quality but not the best frames, which means your game is going to be choppy. And if you know me, I hate a choppy game. I hate it. All right, and that's pretty much it for that. And you want to hit save and launch. All right, and then this is basically telling you that whenever you click Rage plugin hook, right when it's loading up, if you hold the left shift key, it'll take you back to those settings. But honestly, that hasn't been working for me. So what I do is I click this little button right here. It'll cancel the game launch and it'll open the settings for you if you need it to get in the settings. But after what you just did, you ain't never got to go to the settings again, unless they come out with a newer version of Grand Theft Auto, but not a newer version of Rage plugin hook. Then you can convert back to the old file, so that way you can still enjoy Grand Theft Auto. Or if I set that vice versa, something like that. Basically, it's just for something they got to update it. So yeah, forgive me for that. But I'm going to stop talking at this point, and I'm going to see you guys inside of the game. It looks like mine has to do an update or something. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I load into the game. Alright guys, so we are in the game right now. So one thing I do want to show you guys is the first thing that we installed was that Reshape, or the Redux I should say. So you want to press the home button on your keyboard. Alright, and hold on, let me click on it first. Alright, now sorry about that. So you press the home button. You can skip the tutorial because you guys are not gonna, I'm just gonna basically show you what you need to do. So all of these here are different graphic settings that you guys can do if you wanted to. Now again, this is completely on you guys. It's automatically installed to like the highest graphics it can go, but like if you want to change something, if something's a little too dark, things like that, then you want to go here, all right, to change it. So we're just gonna hit the home button again to get out of that. Alright, it's going to take you to this. All you got to do is just hit escape. Okay? Now, the first thing I want to show you guys, first off, if you look up right there, see that's a Kmart poster, or Kmart thingy. I can't think of the word right now. But, yeah, that just, you know, that's just one of the things that you can get with this. And then if you look down at the grass, it looks a little bit realer, the way it moves. If you look back at the city, it looks 10 times realer to me. It's a great mod, but I mean, that's up to you guys to decide. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is the simple trainer. All right, so you're going to hit F3 on your keyboard. That's going to pull up your simple trainer. In here, you can do basically anything that you want, but I'm going to show you guys what's important. All right, so the first thing is I'm going to change the time today so you guys can see the actual game, so you can see the graphics. The ground looks a lot realer than it did before. It just looks fantastic. I mean, I love it, you know, honestly. Alright, so that's that. But let's go over to options. Alright, And me personally, I put God mode on. The reason I put God mode on is because I get shot at a lot by being a police officer. So I get shot at a lot. Alright. You can put fast run on if you want. That's up to you. You can clean your player clothes. Like if you get shot at and you have like bullet wounds in you, things like that, you can clean your player clothes. You can do infinite stamina, which I do. And then you want to hit right on the D-pad. Again, I use a controller, but if you're using the keyboard, then you just use the numpad, the number pad. So it's just like arrows pretty much, where 2 is to go down, 8 is to go up, 6 is to go right, and then 4 is to go left. But on here, it's either up or down to go to the next menu screen. Or, I'm sorry, it's up or down to go to the next list on the menu screen. Alright, so another thing that I do is, sorry, I review the full map, because let me show you how it looks right now. Alright, because I haven't beaten the game. So yeah, all of this is blacked out pretty much. So what I do is I review the full map along with the prison in Fort Zancudo or whatever that is. And then now, if you look at it, you'll see the entire map. So you don't have to, you know, beat the entire game to get the full map. Alright. Now you want to save those settings so you don't have to do this again. And this is a Pepsi truck about to roll past. So just another advertisement right there. That's why I like Redux. I think it's fantastic. So you hit save. To confirm it, you want to hit 5 on the numpad. It's going to like freeze for like a quick second, like a half a second. And then one more like 2 seconds. Or 3 seconds. And then it's going to say settings, save to trainer IV. There you go. Alright, so you got that. Now, the next thing you want to do, and guys, again, all of this stuff is optional. You don't have to do it. I just do it so you don't have to do it every single time you load into the game. Alright, weapons. You're going to want to remove everything first. I do unlimited ammo. I don't do any of this because it's not realistic for YouTube purposes. But I mean, if you guys just playing just to have fun, I mean, hey, why not? Have some fire explosive ammo or whatever you want to do. But yeah, I do unlimited ammo because I hate being in a gunfight. And yeah, I don't have any ammo. Alright, so what you need to be a police officer is a nightstick. You're going to need a flashlight. You're going to need a regular pistol. You're going to need a pump shotgun and a carbine rifle. There. Alright. And then you want to go back to the first menu. Oh, you need a stun gun too. I'm sorry. You want to go back to the first menu. And what I do, and you don't have to again. So I'm going to change my weapon over to the pistol. Right. I'm going to go to weapon attachments. And I'm going to... not the extended clip, but I'm going to put the flashlight on the bottom. And then that's going to be that. Then I'm going to switch to my shotgun. I'm going to put the flashlight. And that's going to be it for that. And then I'm going to switch to my carbine. And I'm going to do the extended clip. I'm going to do the flashlight. And I'm going to do the scope. And I'm going to do the grip. And then that's going to be it for that. Okay? And we're actually going to change this to M4. And then we're going to change the shot. Well, no, I like the shotgun how it is. But we're going to change this to a Glock. And then we're going to change this to an M4. But that's in a later video. Alright. So you just want to go back. And I'm sorry, guys. To go back, I believe it's... if you're using a keyboard, I believe it's 4 to go back. No. It is... maybe it's F3 to go back. No. 6 to go back? No. 4 to go back. 0 is to go back. Okay. 0 is to go back. Sorry about that. Like I said, I use a controller. I think it's easier with a controller. But yeah. Alright, so that is that. Now, let's put that away. to go to LSPDFR. So these things right here are police stations. All right, so you're just want to go to the nearest police station. I'm just gonna do it like that, like this, because it's two different ways you can go on duty. But this first time, just so your game don't crash, if I was you, I would just go to the police station. But all you really got to do is hit F4 and then type in the word force duty. Hit tab, then hit enter, and then it'll put you on duty. But this first time, you're going to need to don't try that shit again. Don't do that. You're gonna need to create a character, actual police officer, pretty much. So you know what? Just because I know this video was already long, we're just gonna go over to LSPDFR and then go to the nearest police station, just to make it easier. Because I know already that this is a long video, and I appreciate you guys sticking around. It's gonna pay off, I promise you. When you having fun playing LSPDFR and you showing off your mods, then that's when you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this was definitely worth it. Okay, so you hit right on the D-pad, or you hit E to enter the station. Okay. And then you are going to hit go on duty. Once you go on duty, it's going to tell you that you need to create a character, which is this screen right here. At that point, if you play GTA Online, it's the same thing, where you choose your parents, you choose the resemblance, you choose the skin color, things like that. You choose a female or a male. Mine never works out. It never looks like me. It never at all. They don't really have a lot of options for me. I think that's usually the one that I do. I think I do that one, and then I change the mom to like a darker one or something, like a darker mom. And then I do the skin tone towards my mom, because I'm a dark-skinned guy, so and I'll just do that in the middle right there. Yeah. Alright. But I mean, yeah, you guys create it however you want. Somebody told me that they like this hair look. They said maybe, what is up with my nose? Okay, no, we're gonna need to fix that. And I'm gonna need regular eyebrows. That nose has got to go. That is horrible. We'll get a nice little shave. Yeah. And then eye color is definitely not green. It'd be cool to have green eyes. Okay. Let's go back, because that nose is just so bad. Oh no, those are eyes. Oh no, no, no. No, yeah. Okay, so that's a normal looking nose. Let's see. Yeah, that's a normal looking nose. Alright. Now what about the oh no, that looks pretty normal now. Looks pretty normal. Lips though, we gotta do something about those. Yeah. Okay, I'm cool with that. That looks 10 times better than what it was before. Alright, so when you do that, you just choose a name, which everybody knows me as Officer Guess. Hit enter. And then you want to use that character, and now you are officially on duty playing LSPDFR. Right now, it's, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you ain't gonna have anything. You ain't gonna have no cars, you ain't gonna have no guns, you ain't gonna have no uniform, no cool looking uniforms, things like that. If you guys stick with me through these tutorials, I promise you, you'll have all of that. So we're gonna go to police locker, go over to LSPD, do the cop. You can do I usually do the two on the shoulder there, and then I think props sunglasses is prop 1. Yeah, I'll put some sunglasses on here, make them a little dark. Yeah. And then we're gonna go to police garage. So this is the standard police vehicle, and then you have this one and the transport. We're gonna go out in the Buffalo. Yeah, I like the Buffalo. This right here, this livery, whatever that is, that's the unit number. I just found that out not too long ago. And then some cars will have once you guys actually start like installing vehicles, these components will come in handy, because some cars have like extra lights and things like that. Modifications, this is just like if you went to Los Santos Customs. I don't do it because it makes my game choppy when I make the car faster than what it's supposed to be. But you guys can do that if you want to. Alright, now I'm not gonna go into detail on how to actually do it. At this point, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and do it yourselves, and the only reason why is because you set your controls different than mine. I'm pretty sure if you set yours like mine, then cool, you know, but if you didn't, then you know, you guys kind of have to go off of your own. But just so you guys can see how this works, I'm just gonna pull over this car right here. So you're gonna want to cut on your lights. You would cut on your lights as if you was playing a regular game, which is the left thumbstick, or I think it's J on the keyboard, or is it I, K, L, H, G? I'm not sure what it is on the. I'm not sure what button you put, but mine is the left thumbstick. All right, so all right, so I got this guy right here. I'm gonna hold left shift key. Now I just signaled for him to pull over. Okay. Oh my God, I hate when they do that. All right, so he came to a stop. I get out the car, I'm gonna approach him. Now remember, I turned all of mine off, so at this point you probably can't really speak to them. See, it won't let you speak to them at all, and the reason why is because I turned all of mine off, because I'm going to use stop the ped. That's why. Alright, so if you want to cancel that stop, all you're going to do is just hit the shift key again, and it cancels the stop, and that's it, pretty much. Now, if you guys, because what I'm going to do...
All units, we've got a suspect resisting arrest in Rancho. Gunshots reported. Code 99. All units respond.
Oh, wow, jeez. Alright, so if you wanted to respond to that, you'll just hit left on the D-pad, and then you can go over there. Now, if you guys, because I'm going to be doing the stop the ped videos, things like that, the rest of the traffic stop stuff tomorrow. If you guys don't want to wait till tomorrow, which I completely understand, then you can turn that traffic stop, that traffic start, stop, interact, turn that back on to either a key or a button on the keyboard, so that way you can actually start interacting with people while you do the traffic stop and things like that. But other than that, guys, that pretty much did it for this video. I really thank you guys so much for sticking through it to the end. I promise you, this is the longest draining video that you guys are gonna have to sit through. I promise you, this is the only one. The rest of them are gonna fly by, because you're gonna already know what I'm talking about. You're gonna already know how to get to it. And like I said, I don't drag out the videos. I actually tell you guys what you need to know, what you don't want to need, or what you don't want to do, things like that. But other than that, guys, I mean, if you like this video, you found it very, interesting, you're interested in more, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get my 1,000. Hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell next to it, so you guys know, like, okay, well, I uploaded another video, let me check it out. But yeah, again, guys, I thank you guys so much for your support. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.